2014 Hot 6 GSL Season 1 Round 16 Hero vs. Trap.
So far, these two players have given us games that have been short but sweet. Action-packed.
Action-packed all the way.
Yep.
That's how I like my PvPs. There's so much that goes into holding a Nexus in PvP, and if both players just agree to let each other do that, the game becomes less interesting to me.
Well, I mean, PvP, when it stabilizes, it's very hard for the other guy to hurt him.
Yeah, it's the defender's advantage is so strong. And then the game
that the players can't really hurt each other, and then it goes into this like Colossus tag. And
it becomes a game of like composition building and being able to set up an engagement.
Yeah,
there are a few things that you can do, like if you take a risky Nexus and you're a third Nexus that is, and you're very confident in holding that. It's something that Creator Prime might do because he's just a very good defensive player. He's very confident in that type of style. We'll see here, though, because we haven't seen that game out of either of these players just yet. Very aggressive thinking. I liked Hero's position in that last game until he just failed to deal with that pylon. He also had a lack in tech with the Immortals being out for his opponent. He didn't have any answer for that. I mean, his Blinkstalker's dominant period was over. See what he's got planned here. He's going to go for a scout early on. Just wants to see what Trap is up to.
Overall, actually, Hero's been very, very aggressive in the PvPs.
Yeah,
he's been the one that wants to initiate, the fight. I'm wondering actually if Hero will just do the build he did in game number 1. That seemed to go very well. The build in game number 2, the Blinkstalker move, that of course also boils down to control, but if the opposing player just opens up with a proper build, it doesn't work. Whereas build number 1, the 3 Stalker Warp Gate Rush, you can win that even if your opponent knows it's coming.
This is true. They're both doing the same builds basically here right now. Double Gate, we'll see if he makes a Stalker. He does. Slightly faster Mothership Core as a result from Heroes and build that energy a little bit earlier. And that's the trade-off in the production tab you can see there. Faster Stalker versus faster Mothership Core. Most people would argue the Mothership Core being out faster is better because you build that energy faster. But it's going to ward that probe off. They both know, too, what each other are doing. What they don't know is the next step, which is the tech. Twilight Council goes down for Hero. And let's see what Trap has planned here. Oh! If we see Blink versus Blink, that could be a real treat.
This could be really cool. Okay. Yeah, Blink versus Blink would be a lot of fun. I don't think either player is going to go DTs here.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's kind of fallen out of style. It's so risky.
Occasionally people use it, but yeah, I mean, it's not as popular anymore. We just see a probe, though, tucked up here at the north for Hero.
Yeah, and if he gets a forward warping point, that could be one reason to go DTs instead.
It's clear here what Hero wants to do.
Yeah, the third gateway makes it pretty obvious. But,
we get a shot at Trap space here. And he's going to basically do the same thing.
Yeah.
They're both going for Blink. Yep.
This is going to be fun.
Hero with like the slightest lead here.
This is a game where
one probe ahead and Blink just a little bit faster in the upgrade.
This is a game where control is everything.
Everything.
And also decision making. Like, for example, if they both, pass each other at some point,
Yeah, yeah.
Blinkstalker Immortal versus Blinkstalker Immortal, man. So this is going to come down to.
You got to not lose, one or two Stalkers here, because if you do, it just snowballs. It just gets completely out of control. And now here's the deviation, though. We got Hero going for the robotics facility, and we have Trap going for DTs.
The Robo.
Now, I think the Robo build just wins here. You have the Observers, you kill the DTs that way. Then you get the Immortals, you kill the Stalkers, and then you win.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
That Dark Shrine just doesn't make any sense to me. It could.
Well,
it could be like if he's lucky, like change the course of the game or change the course of the battle.
This kind of beats back
into
the way we've been seeing Trap play a lot of the time. Is we got to bang, hedging a bet.
But at the same time, you're not wrong in the statement. At the same time, I think about this more, and I'm like, well, if he thinks it's Blinkstalkers and he makes Immortals, he's not going to make an Observer. and that could be a problem.
Yeah, but then again, all he has to do is then chrono out the observer. The one thing that you can do with DTs, let's say that they do deflect that, is you keep the DT outside of their base somewhere. The moment they leave, send the DT, and that forces them to at least make 2 observers.
Yeah. I think this could actually work. Because he keeps showing the stalkers too, and he's like, you better not waste any time making an observer, or you're going to die. And he's just going to keep pressuring. And this is the most calculated thing Trap has done this entire group, what he's doing right now. I don't know if it's going to work, but it's a good idea.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. This DT could get right over there. Is he not going to move that DT?
He needs to send that.
He needs to send that,
that's like the most important thing.
Is he moving now?
Oh, well, the first DT is going in, but the second one is like... I'm not sure if that's just like a point on the map or if that's actually the DT.
Yeah, we don't have a preview screen for this season of GSL, guys.
What?
Did our observer not... Did he not...
No, he didn't move it. Like, it's still there.
Okay, well, you know, one thing about a counterattack here from Hero is that's when Trap can actually send the DT, and then... Important to know. Okay, what is going on? Why is he not moving the DT? I'm losing my mind. Okay, thank God. He's finally moving it.
Well, he's banking on this a lot. I mean, there's like Immortals killing him at home, and there's going to eventually be an observer out here. I think he might even be making one right now.
Cancel. The DT's now going to come up here.
He's going to target the Robo. No, he's just going to go for probes. Well, I mean, he sees it.
DT hitting here.
Just going to get an observer out, and I think he's going to be able to stabilize off of this because he has second Nexus going up. He's got his opponent contained. Even a recall home.
Smart recall there. Nice job there, blinking on top of that DT, making sure he can't run away. Now, is he going to warp in a second DT? Because Trap right now is starting to fall massively behind.
That was so weird. I mean, if he sent a DT in first, it could have been a very different story. Or if he had 2 DTs.
Yeah, no, there's not a lot of DT builds where you just want to get only one,
because it's not worth the investment.
Yeah.
It's so much.
Think of how much a Dark Shrine costs, and then the DT costs, and
you might argue like, well, what if he makes a Warp Prism later and drops in the main? It's like, well, that's more cost.
There are exceptions to that rule, but I mean, this is not one of them. So, well, anyways, you know, they now both have expansions here.
And he did kill a few probes, so the worker count is even. The base is going to finish up for Trap, and we are going to have one of those mid-game PvPs we're talking about.
Yeah, they basically can't hurt each other right now, so they're just going to go ahead and tech up. And yeah, this is where PvP begins to stabilize. Once you get that second base up and you're safe, then we just automatically have to assume that this is going to be a pretty long PvP compared to what we're used to casting.
Yeah, that's true. And it's going to be a bit of downtime, but well, this Blink Stalker army has Blink, as it turns out. Yeah.
One good way to beat Blink is with your own Blink. So he's coming up now.
Wow, he's going to get that one, I think.
Yep, very nicely done. Now, when we get a chance to look at the unit tab here, I'm curious because it looks like Trap Trap has just more. 19 Stalkers to 9.
Yeah, way more Stalkers
more Stalkers here. Hero was having to juggle a lot there, getting that expansion up early, and I like this. I love this.
This is huge.
Oh my God, beautiful.
The ramp.
From the low ground, by the way.
Wow, the Stalkers blink up, but it's not going to be a fair fight. Although the Immortals on the low ground just barely have enough range here. That was a great concept.
Oh my God,
loses
and
the
Hero
Observer.
actually got the Observer. That was so good. That was so good.
He has to use the Mothership Core, which looks like it's going to go down here. Oops.
Stalkers now come up. Nice job
good force fields here.
Isolating those Immortals here, setting up the Immortal of his own. Trap looking very strong right now.
Yeah, looks like he could break through, but...
Yeah, the Mothership Cannon is doing a lot.
It's doing a lot, man. That Time Warp, a problem as well. And the Immortal count dwindling here. 2-1 now, and he's got Zealots at the front to tank.
Hero's just very good at handling engagements. He's very, very good. But I have to say, Trap's little force field from the low ground, that was sick, man. I really like that.
That's not going to be the last time we see that tactic on this map for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's definitely going to change.
Okay, he blinks forward now. Is he going to do the same mistake that Hero made earlier?
There's so many Zealots, though, to blink onto.
One Immortal, though, here for Trap, and that's all he has now. Yep, that's it.
Just too many Zealots there.
I think he lost actually too much. The Protoss army here for Hero is just too complete. Everything covers everything else. And We'll see if Trap can engineer something to respond to this. Oh my God, he's even killing that newspaper hat-looking guy.
That's a Tesla spot, I think.
Is that the Tesla spot?
I think that might actually be a Tesla spot.
No. I didn't know there's a Tesla spot on this map. Okay, he comes up now, and yeah, this is going to be it, guys. Hero, as Wolf and I predicted here, it just is going to close this out. Nicely done by Hero. He did a really good job.
Trap's like, I don't know, this tactic it's cute, but it's not going to turn the tides. Time Warp here is excellent on this army as well, and he can force field these probes away, but he doesn't even have to.
Yeah.
That's going to be game. Trap does not want to accept defeat here, but that's it. GG.
Unfortunately, Trap is not cut to go to the round of 8. Hero has a shot, though.
Hero's sponsor, Boss Monster. The first time I've seen that, he looks like a boss monster right now.
He does. He played like a boss monster as well. Fantastic series there.
Really solid play. Trap just again relying on gimmicks today. That was the biggest weakness for him.
All of his builds were him attempting to pull a fast one on his opponent. Look, he's a great player. He did not have the confidence here today. You can see Trap right now very frustrated with that loss. Hero knows he has to win this next best of 3, or that's it.
That's it, man. It's already it for Trap. Yeah, he wants to at least be a 1 Plus representative coming out of this group.
Yep.
And now he has to beat Byung. So it's either going to be another Pros, or we're going to have 100% Terrans advance into the round of 8.
Could happen. We're going to take a short little break, and when we come back, we're going to go to our final best of 3 for today's GSL Code S.